All right, one of you has been shopping on Amazon again. This just arrived in my mailbox. This is by, and unfortunately there's no note, so I don't know who to attribute this to, but this is by Mindy, and they make a lot of this alien technology, weird-looking locks. This is no exception. Mindy is in fashion, something the world, pretty cool. And to give you added confidence, suppress 5 stars glory, world-class Z-Con. So these are a lot of fun to pick. This is a Pagoda lock, and you can tell by that key. On the back, they give a mechanical description, but down here they talk about, somewhere right here, I found a number, being an engineer, numbers always jump out. But they talk about dimensional error. So this is the tolerance of this lock, which is really pretty good. And they talk about 3 rings of steel, and I'm not even going to try to translate that for you guys, but I'll kind of describe how this works. Very cool lock. Let's take a look at this guy. I'll try to do this without cutting myself or poking myself. Come open, you. All right, we don't need that anymore. Let's take a look at this guy. I gotta say, it's really intimidating looking. When you look at this is the front door of the lock. And you go, oh my gosh, how in the world? I mean, look at this, all armored up, it stands up. It's a weird looking keyway, and it is. Dust automatic, I don't know what that means. What I do know is this is the key, and they call this a pagoda lock because the keys look kind of like a pagoda. Got that little layered thing. So apparently there are 3 different settings on here. So because these are cut, you can see that's 1, that would be 2, and then one of those is the other cut. So when you plunge this in, you have to push the discs down to whatever the depth of the cuts are here. So very cool. Let's go ahead and open it up to make sure it works. Okay, maybe not. Maybe turn in the other way. Okay, maybe not. Let's try one of these other keys. Let's try that guy. All right, guys. This is why I always test a lock before I try to pick it. This one apparently, because that key is not even going all the way in, I would say that this is probably not the right key. It goes in partially. I can feel a little bit of spring tension, but it stops. I'm guessing they probably got the keys mixed up at the factory. So I'm not even sure if this thing works. Definitely not. All right, let's try one. Try the last one. Yeah, I got the wrong keys, guys. At first I thought maybe, because these are cast keys, I thought maybe there was some flashing on that first one. That was kind of, but that's not the case. This guy's not working. All right, so let's backup plan, Bill. All right, let's look for an alternate way to get in here. I could try to pick it, but I'm not really sure if this lock is working or if it's the key, so I'm not going to waste any time. These are not that difficult to pick. I've picked these in videos before. The hard part is tensioning, so you actually have to make a tensioner that will slide down those 2 grooves below that shield and then tension the disc that's below that shield. So making the tensioner is the hard part. Once you do that, you simply take a probe, something like this, or even a pick, and you just basically push those discs down until they click, and then you get an open. We don't have that option, I don't think. So I'm going to show you another really quick way to get into these that I've discovered. Again, fingers crossed that the design hasn't changed in the last couple of years, but you will need a special tool. Fortunately, you guys probably have the special tool. You need one of these guys. Now, I'm going to use the nylon end and make sure that's on there tight. I don't want it flying off. All right, what I'm going to do, I can tell by squeezing this thing that it's spring-loaded. So that tells me that the locking pawl is spring-loaded in one or both sides. So you guys have seen the wrapping technique before. What I'm going to do is take the hammer, nylon side, and I'm going to hold it like so, and I'm going to come down and just strike it right about there on the shackle. Now, it might work by hitting the side of the body, but I've gotten better luck on the shackle. So you strike the shackle of these locks, and what will happen is the energy transferred from the hammer will go through the shackle into the locking pawls, which are held in place by a spring, and of course they'll recoil against the strike and hopefully get an open. Otherwise, this video will never show up. All right, let's try it. Let's give it a shot here. Let me get back. Try not to hit the microphone, Bill. And there we go. That is how easy it is. What is that, 3 or 4 seconds at best? So you don't need to mess around with the front door on these locks. You can go right to the back door. Anyway, guys, appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay legal, stay well, guys. Whew, man, pulled that out of the hot steaming mess, didn't you? All right, let's just make sure that wasn't an anomaly from the factory. I'm not sure if I double checked that it was locked. And this time I did. It's definitely locked. So let's give it a little whack and find out what happens here. Definitely. That's open. Okay. I think it was not an anomaly. It was not unlocked from the factory for sure. Yeah. Now that I'm getting the hang of this thing, it's not that difficult. I will not be locking up anything with this guy.